Peace, peace. Happy now. Now is the vibrate, of course. Not going too far in the future. Not going too far in the past. Right now, it's a disclaimer video. I want to do this just to have it on the disclaimer list. This YouTube channel, is created, me doing what I love. I love to express myself. I love, sharing different little insights and, sharing information that could help others on their growth. But, as I say that, this channel, is not for, and that's just in general, as I speak on certain things, because every video, like I realize, of course, like every video, I don't speak up on these things, and I'm not supposed to. Like, hey, I done put it out there. It's up to your own accountability to know that you shouldn't be following the words of what everybody, what somebody else is saying. But, I just felt it important to just make this video right now that, again, at the end of the day, you should know that there are no limits in this realm, only the limits that you place on yourself, and that you should tap into your own inner guidance, your own inner light. You should never ever be governed by anything external. I don't care if it's your mom, your dad, your favorite soul brother or soul sister, your twin flame, no matter what. If it's not the little voice inside of you, or the loud voice, if it's not that big voice, that inner, matter of fact, like I said, that elephant, that voice that sound like the elephant in a mobile home, like where the elephant not moving, but you could just feel it. Like if you sit in a mobile home with an elephant, you could just feel its presence, even though it would be quiet and you wouldn't necessarily hear it. You know what I'm saying? That's how our inner voice is. But at the end of the day, it's about following your inner guidance. Don't get caught up too much in listening to all these external aspects. Even with dealing with astrology, to each his own on how you deal with it, but realizing that you're not trying to deal with it in a manner where you box yourself into these aspects. Oh yeah, I'm a Capricorn or I'm a Sagittarius, and I only act like this and this is how I should act. Remember, the Christ energy is that 13 energy, like the Ophiuchus, like like the Kundalini energy. It's like breaking out of the construct of these 12 zodiac signs. Now, of course, just like a weather forecast, when Mars is a certain area and Venus in a certain area, you could look at the children, most of us who were born when Scorpio was in Pluto. I mean, when you look at it, people that was born in that realm do have more of a depth for the esoteric occult realm. What esoteric, the inner meaning, what I'm saying? Exoteric meaning the outer meaning, and occult meaning that which is hidden, what I'm saying? But again, these occult or esoteric, and two, that's just little key words too, to just scare people or just deter people from knowing that's the basic spirituality is, occult. Like, it shouldn't even be a cult. I mean, it's what it is, but they made it a cult. But long story short, they ain't say they, but we. But again, these energies do have some type of effect, but again, not locking ourselves down into the construct of like, oh well, because of this external situation, that's why my life all in shams, because of the Mercury retrograde, Mercury retrograde does have an energy that comes with it, but again, just making sure we're not extending the blame to all these external situations. As a God, you have to remember, as a being that came into this dream realm, into this earthly plane, remembering that, holding yourself accountable to be true to your inner soul and to your soul self, and not get caught up in all these external situations. Because again, like if a being asks to come in my chakra, like if a being wants to experience my chakra, and a being like, hey, I want to see what it feels like to be in your root chakra, in the densest chakra within your body. I want to see what it feels like. you know, and I let that soul know, like, all right, cool, but you know, within your little soul agreement or contract, you know, it's up to you. You got to be accountable to remember that you're in my chakra, you know, and that everything you're experiencing from external realm in my chakra is not, you know, necessarily, you know, your true essence. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's, you know, it's my chakra. And of course, we may be interconnected in some way, form, or fashion, but again, this is not, you know, true to your essence, you know. So it's up to that soul to remember that when he experiencing the realm of my root chakra, that the things he experiencing and seeing, you know, although may it be a reflection of what's going on inside of him, it's still external and not what's really inside of him, you know, or him or her, you know what I'm saying, whatever that be, you know, that being that's experiencing that. You know, that's the same thing with us, like we're in a world, and remember, like a world, W-O-R-L-D, but also W-H-I-R-L, you know, like a whirl, like a whirlpool, or like the spinning a torus field, like in being in, and we are like miniature universes, because again, being in the triple darkness, the three trimesters, like before you're born as a human, you know, like with your human bodysuit, before your soul comes into your human bodysuit, you know, you know, you're coming from that triple darkness, but again, like that same aspect, you know, of a universe being born. I was about to say in a torus field, you know, and being in a whirl, because within our torus field is like a whirl, like a tornado. It's like a whirlpool, you know, like you let the water out the bathtub and it creates like a little whirl, almost like a little tornado, or the top of our torus field, you know, or like a chakra, you know, a spinning whirl, like a whirl, the whirlpool in essence, you know. But you know, being accountable, you know, for your own, you know, it's your own inner guidance, tapping into your own inner being. Because even, and that's the thing too, that's not me saying that some things won't come to you from the external realm. Like, yes, I've tapped into books and videos that helped me on my growth, you know, and it was something that, you know, technically external, but it was my inner guidance that led me to even dealing with that in the first place, you know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, and my inner guidance was sifting through it as I'm dealing with it. So even though I gravitated towards a certain video or a book, my inner guidance still was guiding me through that situation. So as I'm watching the video, my inner guidance like, oh no, not that part. That's, you know, that person kind of going on a rant on that information. Don't really take that, you know, at face value what they're saying right there. You know, they kind of got something against the Catholic religion, so they speaking on it in a way that, you know, that's more from their perspective and not a perspective that's meant for you to grasp, you know what I'm saying? Or you know, you're reading a book and, you know, I catch a part where like, all right, no, not this part, this should have confused you, you know, just keep that aspect of what you first gravitated towards in it. But, you know, but like, at the end of the day, it's about your inner guidance, you know what I'm saying, and tapping into your own realm. And that's why it's so important with, you know, like going into nature and being by ourselves from time to time and making sure we realize what's really us, you know, because a lot of us been in this realm so much, you know, dealing with other beings and so many external things trying to plug into our realm that, you know, you walking around here not really knowing who you are, you know what I'm saying, not knowing what your soul really about. Like you running off of like all the situations you seen growing up and all the things that you were taught growing up, you know, that may not be necessarily in tune with your soul purpose, you know. Of course you went through it, you know, for a reason, you know, growing up in those environments for a reason, but not necessarily for you to you know, to borrow all that information in that sense. You know, again, tapping back into the inner realm, but just that, you know, just wanted to put that disclaimer out there, you know, with my videos, you know, with any you know, with anything, you know what I'm saying, like, again, take what resonate, leave what don't, you know. Like, I'm sharing certain downloads, you know, and certain downloads of information where, you know, I come off as like, bro, I know this real, you know, I know this, you know, it has a strong truth to it. But even in them videos, you know, don't go along with it unless your inner soul tells you to, you know, that this feels, you know, righteous with you. you know, but don't just go with it just because Universal Frequencies has 22,000 subscribers, and you know, seem like a lot of people watch his videos, so I'm gonna just trust what he say due to that, and not because my heart resonates with it. It's like, nah, it should be because your heart resonates with it, you know what I'm saying? Like, we all uniquely different, you know, like, yeah, just trust your inner guidance, you know. At the end of the day, you know, it's about you being in tune with your inner being, you know. And that's why I was getting back to, so the disclaimer, you know, when I'm, you know, speaking on certain little stories and speaking on any information in any of my videos, you know, no matter if it's from the realm of like, bro, I know this to be real, or I know, like, you know, like I like bringing up, I know Jet is Shungite, or, you know, or these different little insights of knowing that LA is a first eye chakra ley line, and that is stronger than most ley lines, or one of the strongest ley lines in this land of what we call America, you know. Even with me saying that, that's for it to resonate, you know, with you as well, you know. Like, don't just accept that information just cause, you know, let it, you know, it should resonate with you, with your inner being, with your heart, your soul, and your intuition, you know, should resonate with it. So, you know, just because right now in these times it's very important for us, because again, like, little demons is jumping ship, you know. Like, no matter how much somebody is your soul brethren, soul sister, you know, soul mate, twin flame, we all got different little, and not demons in this negative connotation from like what, you know, the human aspect has created, or, you know, just like the devil or demons, but, you know, but we all do have you know, certain lower vibrational energies that are different from each other, you know. Like, say for instance, one of us might be still quitting smoking or whatever, because that's something for us to stop doing in our journey, you know, uniquely, while one of us, it's not like, you know, just put it like this, there's different demons jumping ship, you know, for lack of a better word. I didn't want to say it like that because I don't, again, some people subconscious like, oh, demons, like we all, because even as a being itself, you know, like I could be a demon to somebody else, you know, depending on their perspective, or, you know, how they look at things, you know what I'm saying? But not in a sense of something bad or evil, just, you know, I could be like you know, like a mother lioness protecting her cub could seem like a demon to the animal that's trying to come at her cub, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's not necessarily a bad thing in that sense. But again, you know, they got little different demons jumping ship. So, matter of fact, shout out to Kyle Bent. Keep your doubts and your fears to yourself, because I hate second guessing myself. Like, you know, like we gotta make sure we setting healthy boundaries and not letting, you know, because say for instance, I'm not fearful of like eating plants in nature and being poisoned by them. But let's just say one of my close soul brethren or sister, you know what I'm saying, they got that programming of feeling like, oh no, you know, you could be poisoned by any and almost everything outside, you know. So in that moment, you know, I gotta, you know, like stay in my energy of be like, so say for instance, like I might be picking some fruit, and that close soul being like, oh no, you know, you gotta be careful with picking this and like, wait, hold on, look, I feel where you're coming from, but keep your doubts and your fears to yourself, because in my universe, I got a certain level of alchemy and a certain subconscious programming that I'm not fear-mongering myself about that. So, you know, keep that to yourself, you know. And on another level, I might have some shit that I'm scared of. Like, you know, here it is where they connect with nature very closely. So they connect with insects very strongly. And then I come around like, oh, man, be careful. Watch out for that spider, this and that. You know what I'm saying? Trying to make them scared of spiders. When they done, you know, they done conquered that energy. I say conquer, but they straight. They're like, hey, look, I feel you, but don't feel you. Like, feel you, don't feel you type of vibe. Like, bruh. Because that's where the thin line of, like, somebody, again, the road to hell could be paved with good intention. Somebody trying to help you, but that energy trying to fear monger you so it could hop onto your ship. You know what I'm saying? Because here it is. they straight on being scared of insects, but that little fear, because again, too, that's what it's all about, too. Just not being fearful of anything, you know what I'm saying? But that fearful energy within me is trying to jump ship to that being, and that's not that me purposely trying to do that in that essence, but that fearful energy within me is trying to jump ship to them, and their little fear of pesticides or whatever is trying to jump ship on me, so that's why we just got to be accountable and make sure, we setting healthy boundaries, speaking up verbally, and being like, well, hey, I hear you about that situation, but I don't resonate with, having to worry about the police like you might feel you have to worry about the police or whatever. They don't exist in my universe. That doesn't resonate with me. You know what I'm saying? And again, that whole aspect of fear, like releasing fear, like the only thing that's fucking things over, I ain't say fuck, let's use that notion. The only thing that that throws you out of alignment is a fearful state. You know what I'm saying? Like how they say the only thing to fear is fear itself, but you're not even trying to fear. You know what I'm saying? But again, just not being scared of anything. You know what I'm saying? And that fear try to show itself up again through somebody that you may be, again, soul sister, soul brethren, twin flame, whoever, mama, daddy, your guardians, uncle, auntie, it's like, we all dealing with our own little realms, like, so it's not about, again, like, keep your doubts and your fears to yourself. That's why I, like, when I'm talking to somebody, I can't, like, if it was one of those moments, because too, especially when we was in that triggering stage heavy, like where we was triggering each other, like without even trying, like I would watch myself, like where I would probably be a trigger, like where I was probably, one of those aspects where I was being fearful at, and when I was in somebody else's realm about to bring it up, and I catch myself like, nope, that's that fearful energy trying to bring that person into that realm. Because the moment, say for instance, if I be like, oh, be scared of spiders and this and that, the moment that person stop being in alignment with their soul and knowing who they are, and then start to adopt this external energy that I'm expressing, then they gonna fall right into that realm of being fearful of spiders. And now they gotta work themselves, work their way back into alignment with connecting with insects, because and that's another thing, not being nice. Like, it ain't about being nice. We ain't trying to be. It's about being authentic. If you done grew away from a certain aspect, then keep it real and say, hey, I done grew away from that. Don't feel like, oh, to be nice or because I don't want to hurt their feelings, I'm going to act like I'm scared of that just because they're scared of that too. Like, fuck no, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't hop in the quick. Cause now, again, it's two people in the quicksand instead of one. You know what I'm saying? So instead of you being able to help from higher ground, you done jumped in the quicksand with them, so now y'all both sinking. You know what I'm saying? So just that whole aspect, tap into your own inner guidance. Don't be listening to too much external situation. Be within your inner guidance. Hold yourself accountable. Be in balance. And should I say, again, being intertwined in your inner soul energy, first and foremost. But again, and being in the moment. The reason why you're getting bored or, like boarded up, like boxed in, is because you're not expanding, and the reason why you're not expanding because you're bored, because you're not doing what you love. When we're doing what we love, we're tapped into that, the chakras balance, we tapped into the creativity and the fertility, and the sexual nature, because in order to create, that's a sexual situation, it's a masculine energy and a feminine energy coming together, physical action with non-physical, imagination, like the left and right brain, coming together and creating a situation. Again, masculine, feminine. But again, just being in alignment with your inner being, your inner source. Realizing that, again, gotta have healthy boundaries. Make sure you're speaking up. Working with the throat chakra crystals, you know, the lapis azulis, the satellites, the, you know, whatever crystals helps for you to, again, to balance and align all chakras, but definitely on the speaking up aspect, you know, making sure the throat chakra healthy, you know. But yeah, just making sure, you know, again, no fear. Anybody or anything trying to make you fear a certain situation, you know, you gotta, you know, express like, well, no, you know, I don't fear those type of things, you know. Like with me sending out my orders, like I don't have no type of fear towards having insurance for my, you know, for my stuff, because I don't fear it breaking or anything. And with that courageousness, you know, the only time I've been doing this for over 2 years, and only one person said that they got a broken piece, you know, and that was due to, you know, because that's another thing too. That's a manifestation. I'm good on my end. I know that nothing gonna break on my end. But say, for instance, if you ordering something for me and you like fearing, like, oh man, I fear that this piece that Universal gonna send me gonna break in the mail, or I fear that he makes his stuff too flimsy. I want to see it, and you know, if you got that type of fear about, you know, my creations, then you're gonna create whatever realm. Or if you fear like, oh man, I fear that he's gonna take long to send it. I fear that, you know, he's gonna take long, or yeah, then, you know, it may actually take long for me to ship it out due to your fear, you know, of me not being able to ship it out. Piece of my beard hair, my mustache. But you know, it's that energy. But that's basically it. You know, stand in your unique energy. You know, remove fear on all levels, all aspects. You know, we should feel like jumping out of plane should be nothing to us. You know what I'm saying? And of course, it's a constant growth. You know, but making sure we constantly grow and expand and not boxing ourselves in. You know, but that's basically it, y'all. Peace, peace. Happy now, of course. Now is the vibrate. Not too far in the future. Not too far in the past. Right now.